Hi everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to do a mini flip tutorial, so I'm going to kind of do it a bit differently. So you would have seen the video of the actual album. We're just going to be doing a tutorial now, and I'm going to be using Simple Stories Simple Vintage Great Escape. Now this is kind of an outdoorsy one. I really love these papers and I've been hanging out to use them for a project, and I figured this was the perfect project to use it in. Okay, so let's get started. I think this will take a few videos, to be quite honest, to do the tutorial. So let me just start off with the base first, and I have got everything paper clipped together just so that I know where it goes. Alrighty, so you will need a piece of 8 by 11.5, and you score it at 4 and 4.5. Okay, the second piece you will need is 7 by 8, so you're going to score it. I'll take these paper clips off. You're going to score it at 1 and 1.5, and that is on the 7-inch side. Okay, and you will also need a hinge, 8 by 7, 8 by 1.25, and you're going to score it at 1/2 inch and 3/4 inch as well. So let's get this section put together first before I give you any more measurements, because otherwise I'll forget where I'm up to. All right, so the 7 by 8 piece, you are going to put adhesive along on the inside of that here. So let me get some tape. I'll use my score tape. Did I use? Okay. Oh, stuck to me. All right, so I'm just going to lay some tape down there. Probably should have done it the other way around, but that's all good. Okay, I'm trying to do it so that the videos aren't too long, but just wait and see. And make sure that you don't get it on the score line, otherwise it's not going to fold correctly. All right, so this is my piece here. I've scored when you flip it back. I've put tape on the underside of it. You're going to grab your 8.5 by 11 piece, and you're just going to stick that flush piece down. Okay. Make sure that your score tape isn't hanging over the edge. Once again, you want to get it as close as possible to that score line, but you don't want to hit it right on top of that score line, because it's going to stop you from folding it over properly. Just let me lift that up, because I think I did hit that score line there. There we go. All right. Okay, so I'm going to start off with decorating the top of it, because I feel like I need to decorate as we go along. Otherwise I'll just lose track with it all. I hope everybody's been keeping well. Okay, so I'm just going to fold that over. I will put that down here like so. Now I'm not going to stick anything on the inside here, because what I want to do is actually get everything put together first. All right, so I'm not going to put anything here, so I'm going to keep my pattern papers to one side. Now the next piece you will need, and I just got to take these out carefully because you've got to remember where they go in as far as the flips are concerned. Okay. Alrighty. I put them in the right order. Okay, so the next piece you'll need is 11.5 by 8. Now you're going to score it at, let me see, 6 and 6 1/4 on the 11.5 inch side. So you'll score it at 6 and 6 1/4. Now this is where your hinge comes into play as well. So what we want to do is put tape on both sides of this hinge here. I'll do that now. I'll do that on the other side. Now, what you want to do is angle the corners as well. Slight angle. I'll leave all the links to all the products I used in the description box below. Oh, sorry, I remember one of you did ask me where I got my acetate sheets from. I got them in Australia here. It's hard to get them on online scrapbooking store, but I do believe you can get them in Amazon, on Amazon I should say, and I get my sheets off eBay here in Australia, but I'll find the ones, I think they're on Amazon. Once I find them, I'll leave the link down below in this video. Okay, so I'm just going to peel that off, and what I'll do is actually put a little bit more tape on this side. In all honesty, I should have put it on in the center, so I'm all good with that. Okay, so on your 7 by 8 piece, that's where we want to adhere the hinge, and that's on the top of it. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick this behind it. Because it is black, it is a bit harder to see where the edges are, so I'm just going to see if I can grab I'll grab a 12 by 12 piece. I don't even think that's going to work. I'm going to be off camera. Oh no, there we go. All right, so I'm just going to stick that down. Did I angle all the corners? Yep. Okay, as close as to the edge as possible without me sticking my head in there. Okay, perfect. And then we will stick this on top. Now you want the longer side, after you've folded it, you want the longer side to stick down here. Okay, so we're going to pop that on here like, oh boy, like so. If I can get it right on there. Okay, perfect. All right, so we've got this section, then we've got this section here, and then that opens up. Okay, so I'm going to open this up. Now on this flap here, we've just, on that 11.5 by 8, the one that we just stuck down, we're going to open that up, and I'm going to try and so it doesn't slide out all over the place. Let me see. Okay, I'm still in view there. We are going to, let me see, what do I want to do first? All right, so I will need to put this flip on top. Okay, so you need 5 3/4 by 8, score it at 1/2 inch and 3/4 inch. Okay, so this one we're going to tape down to the inside here, right up to the score line, but not on top of it. So let me get some tape. Okay. Oop, ripped that off pretty well, didn't I? Alright. I'm just going to angle the corners on that one as well. Okay, I'm going to take that piece of tape off. Alright, so we're going on that inside piece here. Just want to make sure that I've got it lined up. Need it lined up with the edges as well. And once again, making sure that you're not sitting on top of that score line. We need it to be just below that score line there, otherwise it's going to create issues. Alright, so we've got that tape down. That's perfect. So then what you will need to do is cover that inside up, which I have done. Okay. And was that, yeah. I just had to think of what I was going to do. And where I was going to put things. Alright, so that will essentially lay on top here. I just want to make sure, yep, perfect. Okay, so I've just laid that down flat. Then you will also need to cut out a piece at 3 3/4 by 5 1/4, and you score it at 1/2 inch, and that will be on your 5 1/4 inch side. You score it at 1/2 inch. So I should have actually done this beforehand, which I kind of knew I was going to mess it up. So I'm just going to take that off first, and then I'm going to see if I can lift this up, guys, because yeah, perfect. Ooh. Okay, so I need, don't put your paper down. All right, because I just want that to tuck underneath there, so that's all good. All right, that can go down. And then the second piece we want to add to is 3 3/4 by 3. So on the 3 3/4 inch side, you're going to score it at 1/2 inch. All right, and once again, I'll put some tape down the bottom of that one. Now, the only time I angle it is if I'm going to be right to the edge of where that designer paper is. Because we're not going to be right on that edge, I wouldn't need to angle that. So I'm just going to lift this up because I can just get it in there. I haven't fully stuck it down, which is pretty good. All right. And the other thing is too, you can use undo as well to be able to lift up your papers as well. I just don't have any on hand, so make sure these are leveled up with each other. Okay, all right, that's perfect. All right, I like that. So then what we're going to do is we're going to get our belly band, which I created, and you're going to score that at you're going to cut it at 5 3/4 by 1 1/2 and score it at 1/2 inch on the 5 3/4 inch side. All right, now we're not going to see the black on that belly band underneath, so we can just stick it straight on top of that designer paper. Alrighty. Okay. Now, I want to actually put it right in between there. There we go. Now, I did it on purpose where it's a little bit shorter because I wanted to see a bit of that paper there as well. Now, you'll need magnets for this part here, and you'll need the small ones. So, I'm using the basic grey. Use whichever magnets you like, which work for you. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to get this off. On the inside of this flip, Now, if I'd done this a bit straighter, it'd be nice and straight, which it's not. Okay. So I'm just going to add the magnet here, just on top. Then what I'll do is, before I put designer paper on it, I'm going to close it, and then I'm just going to slide it off, and there's your piece here. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is, oh boy. Now for the inside of it, oh, we'll get to that in a second. Alright, so I'm just going to pop this here for now. Oh, and I did use my vintage photo distress ink. Okay. Is it vintage? Yeah, vintage photo. Alrighty. I think that was going to go in the middle. I think I had that one there. Alright. I don't want this video to be too long. Okay, so I'm going to cover the top here, like so, and then I want to cover the inside of it, which is this part here. Now you can choose to do this or not, but I'm going to be using the Simple Stories photo mats, and that is these ones here. Oh, the photo flip pockets. I thought it'd be a good idea to add to here. These ones are the little 3x4s. So I wanted to be able to put them in there and just layer them, and maybe layer one on top. I don't think I'll have enough room for the top one. That might actually, I don't know, that might actually work. How far down am I? I should be able to cut a little bit off the top there. Okay, so let's take the adhesive off. And that's the pocket there. Just gonna lay that on top. So essentially you'll have flips of these, but totally up to you. You don't need to do this. This is just giving you a base. All right. Just want to make sure that I'm within range there. Okay, so cover the inside of that. Oh, didn't want to let go there. Alrighty. Alright, perfect. We close that up like that. Alright, so guys, I'm going to leave this part now, and we'll continue on with that in the next video. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for part 2. Okay.